Do you know what it feels like to go an entire year without spam calls or junk mail? It is so liberating. It is so freeing. Heck, do you know what it's like to go a year without receiving mail at all? Like, period? It's fantastic. Um, do you know what it's like to go a year without having to worry about income taxes? Without having to pay that? Well, it so happens that if you were to go and work abroad or study abroad, live abroad for a year, you could easily attain all that. It is so freeing having no spam calls, having no junk mail, no mail in general, not having to worry about income taxes. And if you're a US citizen, yeah, okay. You technically have to pay income taxes, but there are countries out there where they don't require you to pay income taxes. So they're not going to require you to pay income taxes. Now, you for a U.S. citizen, income taxes actually aren't that big a deal. As long as you make it's somewhere around 130,000. You got to check the figure exactly to see what foreign income you can get excluded. But it's around 130,000 this year. If you make 130,000 or less, you don't pay income taxes. You do have to file them, but you're not going to pay anything. You get that income excluded. It's not taxed. I don't know why so many people kind of gloss over that. Because people online, they will be like, oh, well, if you go live abroad, you still got to pay taxes on you because you're a U.S. citizen. Yeah, but it's excluded. You don't pay taxes on that. So I don't understand why people conveniently forget that little fact. It's like they're just listening to somebody else's opinion and they never actually lived it and done it. But I've literally done this. So you don't get taxed on that first $130,000, roughly. And it varies every year. That changes. Okay, and by it changes, I mean it goes up every year. It increases. It doesn't go down. I haven't seen it go down. So, $130,000 you can have excluded. If you make $130,000 or less, you go abroad, have excluded. You won't have to get spam calls. You won't have to get junk mail, income taxes from the country that you live in. If you buy property, you won't have to pay property taxes. Maybe on an annual or monthly basis. Now, you could go to a country, move to a country, purchase property in a country where you have to pay property taxes at point of sale. So when you buy a house or an apartment, you pay property taxes once and then never again. It's yours. The land is yours. The property that's on that land is yours, depending on if you're getting like an apartment or if you're getting a house. And that's it. And you just got, bills. What do you want? Do you want internet? Do you want electricity? Do you want water? The regular bills, right? And of course, food. So, and like I said, you can choose places where you get national health insurance upon arrival, where you're going to get access to health insurance because you exist in that country, and there don't need to be barriers to your having access to health insurance. There's like the U.S. makes some things so complicated. But I didn't want to go on like a huge rant today. I didn't want to. I try not to be political, but this is just something that has been on my mind, and it has remained on my mind. And as things in the world are happening on an ongoing basis, it keeps coming back to me. And I mean, all countries have their problems. No place is perfect, but you can find a place that vibes more with you than maybe where you're currently at. It's possible that's out here, there. It's possible that's out there. Have you explored that? Have you explored that option? So, something to look into, something to consider. There are, oh, hey, you know what's really like miraculous? As soon as you go abroad, you're going to find very quickly that your worries about U.S. politics, they just kind of stay at home. They kind of stay in the U.S. You're going to be focused on your life. You're going to be focused on living your life, adapting, figuring out where the best restaurants, the best, what have you are. You can, which speaking of restaurants and food, you can increase your style, your lifestyle. You can live a better life. You can live the same style that you were at home. Or, you can live like a regular local, or you could even live off the land depending on where you are. It just depends on what way you want to take it. So this kind of goes back to the, no property taxes, no income taxes, no property taxes other than the point of sale. If you don't want bills, you don't have to have bills. You could do without internet. You could do without electricity. You could do without water. It all just depends on how far you want to go off grid. It's up to you. So, how far you want to, your lifestyle when it comes to food, what you want to be like. How far you want to go with that. You go pure agrarian if you want to. You just got to find the right place. Find a place where it's sunny 12 months of the year. And you just grow your crops, live off the land. Or, almost 12 months of the year, and then get into canning or something, some way to preserve that food. But I digress. So, y'all, even if maybe you just need a break. Maybe you just want to go see what it's like, what it's like in another part of the world, which, basically everybody, I think, should do. You should go try and live in another part of the world, at least for like a month, if not 3, so that you can see what life is actually like and what it can be like. Language is something that can help you with that. Language is something that's going to facilitate that and make it more viable. Learning a foreign language. So, if that's something that you're interested in, looking at languages, questions about culture, hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this and that. Till next time, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.